Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Cancer placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Cancer, I wasn't planning on doing a reading today, but I had the opportunity, an opportunity came up. So I'm taking it because I'm not sure how many more opportunities I'll have in the next couple of weeks to do a reading. So I'm doing a reading today, Cancer. There is kind of this, there is this energy of some sort of opportunity coming up for you where it's like maybe you haven't had time to do something, or it's like, if it's not time, it could be energy or something like that. It's just kind of like there's maybe some aspect of your schedule that's clearing up or something like that. I'm getting a Mars in Cancer energy. I think it's like beginning of January when Mars will move back into Cancer in retrograde. So that might be a significant time for you as well. The next couple of weeks might be a bit hectic. Well, it's holidays, so yeah. But there's another energy coming through for you, Cancer, where I feel like there's something here about this opportunity may come in the form of something I don't know how I would describe that. There's a card in the Fairy deck called Oh That Gnome, which is kind of this energy of creative chaos, something unexpected happening. That's what it is. It's kind of coming through like that, where it's like there's an opportunity that's tied to sort of an unexpected, maybe kind of chaotic energy. Chaotic in terms of just it's not something that you could predict. That's how it's coming through. So it's unexpected in that way. That's sort of how it's feeling to me, that there's a bit of an unexpected, quote unquote, chaotic energy that may be giving you an opportunity to do something is actually how it's coming through, Cancer. And to take advantage of that. I feel like there's also something about maybe your routine, or someone said to me this morning, there's a Korean saying that sometimes the monkey falls out of the tree, where maybe there's something about something that's very natural to you, or something that you've done many, many times, and is it's I don't know, maybe you're making a mistake or something like that. I don't know how it's it kind of feels I want to use the word road bump, but it doesn't feel like that. I don't know what it is. There's some sort of unexpected event that maybe has sort of an uncomfortable or negative sort of association or feeling about it, making a mistake or something going wrong, but that it's actually an opportunity is how it's coming through, Cancer. For what? I don't know. We're going to pull cards though. Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm using this Cantigee, I don't know how you say it, Oracle. And you got two cards. It says the Wounded Harpy Eagle, and then you don't know where you are, but you are free. So that card, the Wounded, or sorry, and then you have with the numbers 432, a countdown. So you don't know where you are, but you are free. Embrace beginner's mind. By shutting all assumptions, you experience the infinite freedom available in each moment. Freedom comes when you let go, and this is actually easier to do when things are unfamiliar. When you know how things are or are supposed to be, then you're likely to become attached to those things going a certain way. Next, a desire to control sets in, and then poof, you lose the only freedom There is embracing the present as it actually is with the actual potentials it presents. When you don't know how things are supposed to be, then you are much more open to possibility, and that's when you'll feel lighter, more spontaneous, and free. That's what I'm saying. I almost said Pisces, Cancer, where I feel like there's something about like when you've been doing something a certain way for a very long time, right? Like it doesn't, routine is not quite the right word, but it's something like maybe like procedural, like something where you follow the steps correctly or like that kind of thing. There are certain steps that you need to follow is how it's coming through. That I feel like there's something changing about that, because there's maybe something about the steps where it's been kind of constricting or restricting in some way. So I feel like there's something a bit more open coming in where it encourages you to embrace beginner's mind, right? Like it's like to let go of attachments. There is something about this new situation or opportunity that might feel unfamiliar, and it's like trying not to attach to any sort of idea of how things are supposed to be, because that's not going to benefit you. I'm going to read the Wounded Harpy Eagle because that's also coming in with a similar message. Even what is strongest is vulnerable. Give rest to what you usually rely on, and instead access less developed parts of yourself or your life. Adapt to an inverted experience. Yeah. Give rest to what you usually rely on, because I feel like there's something about like what you rely on is going to be going through some sort of like change in some way, because it's, I don't know, for whatever reason. I don't know if there's anything wrong with it necessarily, but it's kind of like maybe you've become attached to something that's very stable or strong for you, and it's like there's an energy coming in that's trying to get you to develop or expand in another area of your life is how it's coming through. So the symbology of this card says harpy eagles are the most powerful bird of prey on earth. They're huge, smart, agile, formidable, and at the top of the food chain, and yet they are approaching endangered status, and powerful as they are, they too can get wounded. Similarly, we rely on the most developed parts of ourselves, on the strongest people we know, and on the relationships and other things in our lives that feel stable and sturdy. But even what is strong is vulnerable and needs tending. And in moments when those stalwart things can't be relied on, an important question arises: what else is there? This archetype is a reminder to be aware of the impermanence and vulnerability of even those things that seem so solid in your life, in yourself, and in your life. But first, it's necessary to notice what it is that you're even relying on. Most of us lean into strengths we don't even know we have, so it can be helpful to ask those closest to you what they see as your innate strength. It can be the same way with our relationships, environments, and practices. We don't notice just how much we lean on the steady constants in our lives until we can't lean on them. When you can't rely on your go-tos, what do you rely on? This card indicates you now have both an opportunity and an imperative to dig up, dust off, and cultivate abilities and resources, both internal and external, that you have not been aware of or have not tapped into. This could ultimately lead to a more balanced experience and a more endurable steadiness. Yeah, interesting. Okay, that was basically what I was getting before I pulled the cards. But anyways, you have at the bottom of the deck a hummingbird in languor. I feel like there's something about your energy right now, Cancer, where it's like you're being asked to rely on things or rely on strengths of yours maybe that maybe aren't as strong as what is very stable and strong for you. But it's a reminder here that even strength has vulnerability and weakness and needs tending to. So there's something here about like maybe something that is very stable and reliable for you is not at the moment. And it's trying to encourage you to expand in a different area of your life that maybe you don't feel as confident in, or that it needs a bit more development or something like that. But the reminder for you is that this beginner's mind energy, this energy of like you don't know what it is that you're doing or where it is that you are, where you're headed, is freedom, because it's like there's no attachment to anything. That's how it's coming through. So it's encouraging you to embrace beginner's mind, Cancer. It definitely is an opportunity. That's the thing. But it may start with a little bit of discomfort. A death card. That is talking about like natural endings, right? It's I feel like there's some sort of transition that you're moving through, Cancer, like perhaps some sort of ending, but this ending is in order, like it feels like something where it's like interesting, natural, timely endings, release and liberation. Something has reached a natural ending and there is substantial or irrevocable change in the works. This change may be inner or outer, or most likely both. It is timely and natural, but there may be resistance to it. Yeah. Leaves fall every autumn. In the spring, the trees are green again with new leaves. Make room for the new in your life. Let the old go, lovingly, gently, willingly. Yeah. Yeah, there's, and then you have topsy-turvets at the bottom of the deck, which talks about a need for clarity, right? There's confusion in this space at the moment. So it's time to let something go is how it's coming through. It's coming through as it's natural. It's a natural ending, but there may be resistance to it. So just keeping that in mind. I feel like this is a new opportunity for you. Yeah. It's a new opportunity for you. I'm going to use the tarot, the Wild Unknown Tarot, which I haven't used in a reading in a while. I haven't used tarot in a while. I've been sticking to oracle cards. Very interesting. Okay, you have 4 really positive cards. 8 of Pentacles, the Empress, 6 of Pentacles, and 10 of Cups. Wow. That's really lovely. There's a strong family kind of energy coming through here. Because you have the Empress and 10 of Cups coming through. And then 6 and 8 of Pentacles, which is coming through with like it feels very like homey, like for lack of a better word, that like work that's done for the home, right? Like tending to the home, like cooking, cleaning, maintaining, that kind of energy. That's how it's coming through for you, Cancer. So maybe that's what you're focusing on. It's really positive. Then you have 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Maybe there's something changing about like your home life or your work life. Daughter of Swords. This is a card about observing and learning. Like being very observant. Interesting. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So there is clarity coming. There is clarity coming. I feel like there's... I don't know if it's going to be the next couple of weeks for you, Cancer, where this plays out. But it kind of feels like maybe you're shifting focus, because there's something about the death energy, right? A natural ending. So paying attention to where things are just like, so like it could be like the new year, right? Like there could be something about like this year is ending. I I don't know, maybe you had a good year, maybe you didn't. But there is a natural ending to that. It does feel, though, like you're moving into something really positive here with the Empress, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. That's really positive. It feels like happiness and fulfillment, Cancer. Okay, interesting. Okay, so the first card that you have out here, this is Land, Tree, Moon. This card talks about the wisdom of the trees, where it's like that line from the Death card description was talking about how trees lose their leaves in the wintertime, right? In order to make room for the new. So it is really coming through with like, are there things that you need to release, Cancer? There may be like physical things, like there may be, or emotional. I don't know what realm this would be for you, or what. It feels very like physical though, because this is an Earth card. Maybe it's kind of something like getting rid of old things, like making space for something new. So it could be, I don't know, like maybe you're clearing out a space or something like that, or getting rid of things, or finishing up projects or something like that. Okay, so maybe there's something of like let's say there's like a project that you've been working on, and perhaps you haven't had enough time to work on it or something like that. Or maybe there's like different areas in your life where you haven't had time, you haven't had energy, you haven't had resources to work on those things, and they've been sort of like sitting in the corner of your room or whatever. They've just been sort of like sitting somewhere, collecting dust kind of energy. I feel like maybe this would be sort of a good opportunity to see if that's actually something that you are wanting to continue investing in, or if it's something that's going to reach a natural end. Like, that's how it's coming through, because I feel like there's something here where there may be resistance about that, where it's like, especially if it's something where you've put in a lot of effort to grow it, or to whatever. You've put in a lot of effort towards a certain project. It can feel like very resistant. Like, I don't want to like lose all of that. I don't know if it's physical resources, like you've put a lot of money or whatever, or investment of whatever kind. I don't know, Cancer. That may be something where it's like, is it something that has reached a natural ending and it's time to let that go? Or is it something that you want to continue? Because I feel like whatever it is, you are moving into this very positive energy, but you have to make space for it. So if there's not space for something new to come in, it can't come in. So there's something like that. You have access to the wisdom of the trees, is what always comes through with this card. So maybe paying attention to like maybe you're getting synchronicities about like certain trees. Like sometimes when I pull this card, I'll see things like, you know, you see like in business names like maple or pine or that kind of thing. Maybe there's a certain tree that's sort of significant to you at the moment, or is providing like a synchronicity. Or oak. Okay, you are moving into clarity though, because if you've been sort of confused about something in your life, I feel like there's clarity coming in. The oak tree, land, tree, earth. Yeah, interesting these two images, because you have this, which is like a forest, right? It's fully grown. This is kind of coming through with like 10 of Pentacles energy, where it's like If it's not something where it's like, if it's not something like an unfinished project, it may even be something like, so 10 of Pentacles may be something like your current environment right now, like something very physical that's around you that has... it could be something like it's reached its potential. It's reached its full potential here. It's reached its full potential in whatever way. This also feels like a strength of yours, Cancer. Some aspect in your life has sort of like, or it's very reliable for you. It's very reliable. It's like 10 of Pentacles. It's not changing. It's very stable. At the same time, it's reached its full potential is kind of how it's coming through. There's some area in your life that is like that, where it's very stable, it's very strong. You know that you can depend on this aspect of your life. But I feel like there's something about that where it's like, it's also at the same time reached a natural end, because I feel like there's something where it's like you're being encouraged to grow in an area, and it's like you can't grow in this space because it's already full. And so with this energy here, it's coming through with like this new beginning, but there's no other trees around. So it's kind of like, that's the area where it kind of feels like, you have to expand, right? There's this expansion energy, which comes with this loss of something that's very reliable for you. And so this energy is full of potential. It's a new beginning. It's full of potential. But it does feel kind of like there's a discomfort about that, because it's like you can no longer rely on the thing that you have been relying on. If it's okay, so it could be like a physical space that has become really cluttered. It could be emotional or mental as well. So just take it how it resonates. Where there's been a lot of like clutter or confusion, especially with the topsy-turvets. And you have Faf the Footer at the bottom, or like underneath that, which talks about like needing to ground. Maybe there's an area of your life that just feels very cluttered in whatever way, and it's like it's time to expand. But that also, like, something about the clutter, or if it's not clutter, it's just like things that are like, you know, it's full. It's full. You can't, there's not enough room there to explore this aspect, is how it's coming through. So, okay, it is changing. It's going to happen naturally, Cancer. So I don't think you have to like worry about like how it's going to come through. But, and again, with the, you don't know where you are, but you're free card is is a reminder for you to embrace beginner's mind. Try not to become attached to any sort of way in which you think things are supposed to happen, because that is going to limit you. That's going to cause more resistance. So it's kind of just like be open to how things unfold, rather than trying to like force things to look a certain way or to be a certain way or to like follow certain steps or things like that. Okay. Yeah, okay. Fire, tribal fire, star. And then you have fire, ancestor fire, earth at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this is what you're stepping into. I get a really big energy with this card whenever it comes out, just because of the it looks like there are a constellation is being formed. And then you have Daughter of Swords with that like matching constellation energy, Cancer. Okay. So it says stories are the building blocks of society. Our mythologies create our culture, our mythologies shape our tribes, and our mythologies structure our families. If we find ourselves dissatisfied with our world as it is, then we have to get real about the materials we are using to create it. Remember that you are co-creating this reality structure with your every thought and your every word. Be mindful of the stories you are telling, dear one, and be sure that the narratives you are sharing are tales of triumph and tales of love, of peace, and of harmony, such that you are consciously building the reality you want to be living in. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Because it's like building blocks, right? Especially with these cards here, like the Daughter of Swords, where I feel like maybe there's something about, like, maybe you'll be reading or something like that. Like, the Page of Swords to me is an energy of, like, gathering information, of, like, learning about something, of, study, right? Like studying something. So it's coming through as being like, but what's really beautiful is that you have this, all of this, like this is what you're going to be learning or studying, this sort of like, really abundant happiness is how it's coming through. That's what you're going to be learning and studying, is abundant happiness. It's extremely fulfilling is how it's coming through. With the Eight of Pentacles, right? This talks about like work, but not just work, but like I guess like a dharma, right? Like something that is I don't even know really what the definition of that would be, but it is feeling very significant in that way. Craftsmanship and skill. The spider is a true master of her craft. She weaves against all odds with skill, intricacy, and confidence. The Eight of Pentacles requires a similar approach. Hone your skills. You are close to finding mastery at your craft, so strive for it. Pay attention to all the details. In some cases, this card means that you need to find a new hobby, something you truly enjoy. Start a project, become good at it. Yeah. Okay. Something in your life, Cancer, has reached a natural end. It's reached sort of like the fullest potential that can come out of whatever that situation is. It has been very reliable for you. I feel like that's changing, or it's coming to a natural end. And what you're being asked to do is sort of nurture this new beginning, this new seed is how it's feeling to me. And that there is freedom in here because you don't know what it is that, like, there's no rules. There's no way that it should be. There's no expectations for you yet, is how it's coming through. There's no, like, you're starting from a blank slate, is how it's feeling, Cancer. And there's, like, so much, like, that you're going to be learning and mastering in this. Like, this is such a beautiful combination of cards. It feels like true happiness and fulfillment and satisfaction. And with this card as well, because it does kind of come through with this energy of like, this is a narrative that is going to shape the rest of your life. Like it's coming through as being like, it's, because what I get with this card is sort of like an energy of like, this is a story that you will pass on to further generations. It becomes part of your legacy, like that kind of thing. It becomes something that is like meant for you. It's what inspires you, but also like will be known to others. Like this will be part of your story, is how it's coming through, Cancer. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. I know that this reading is short, but again, this is just naturally how this reading wants to end. So I'm gonna leave it here. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.